Hello, beautiful people. Most welcome to the page here on GBC News. This is where we do chit chat, and this is where we get those who matter when it comes to sports development to tell us what is up their sleeves. And today we're zooming in on to track and field events. We're talking about athletics, and today we want to zero in on investment in athletics. What really will Ghana stand to gain if corporate entities come on board? Don't tell me that when they come on board, but there should be something that we really need to know. In the past, we were told that we were a force to reckon with when it comes to the track and field. And in the past, you can hear all the names that have been in history that made it to the world stage. You can talk about the so-called baby jet. That's now the name has been transferred to football. But the baby jet really started from athletics. Once upon a time, Alisano, or one lady who was running just like that, more than Usain Bolt. But all those are history that we need to learn from. And so today, I've been joined by the CEO, the one who runs the day-to-day activities of athletics in this country. They are the sanctioning body. I have with me the CEO of Ghana Athletics, Mr. Bawa Fuseini, to help us delve into this issue very, very well to really understand. We're talking about investment in athletics in this country and where we stand today. Ghana will be hosting the African Games, and so we shouldn't lose sight of that in 2023. And 2021 is just gradually folding up. And virtually we have just a year to really prepare very well and say we are ready for the African Games. And so a discipline like athletics, which most of the events will be centered on, remember, aside the track and field, you are going to see the high jumps, the triple jumps, the hammer through, all the things that you see on in athletics, you see it there. And so athletics will play a crucial role in the African Games, should we win a medal or not, and even going forward. But good to have you.
It's great to be with you again.
After Tokyo Olympics, so many things even that we haven't even finished talking about in terms of the Tokyo Olympics. How our men 4x100 meter relay team fared, how other athletes, triple jumper Nadia Eke, then the rest, the 200 meter runner, blah blah blah, went. From the Tokyo and lessons learned, what can you tell us so far before we even zero in into the main subject, the investment that we're talking about?
The critical lesson that we as a federation learned from Tokyo is that if we are able to take good care of our athlete, if we are able to invest in our athlete, if we are able to monitor and inspire them very well, getting a medal at the global stage will not be a far-reaching achievement. If we had adequate preparation, if we had very good investment in this athlete right from Doha to Silesia to Tokyo, the story would have been much better than what we achieved in Tokyo. I'm not in a list saying that the achievement wasn't appreciable, or the support that we got from the state, especially from the ministry and the GOC, was not appreciated. It was, but as Oliver Twist says, we wish we could have gotten more much earlier than the time it came. So the lesson that we learned is that if we are able to take good care of the athletes, invest in the sports, give athletes some financial support to prevent them from working after school, or to prevent them going to do part-time work before they go to train, the medal at the global stage will not going to be anything difficult for them to do. But anything short of that, we will still be seeing the Kenya, but we will never get there. Because whatever you put in the athletes, that is the return that you're going to get from the athlete. At the Olympic game level or the World Championship level, the financial commitment is just way beyond the federation and athletes themselves. You cannot leave the athlete or the federation alone that go and win a medal for Ghana at the global stage, for instance, like the World Championship or the Olympic Games, or even the Commonwealth Games. It needs serious state investment into the federation, into the athletes. The two, one cannot go without the other. If the federation is not doing well, it's not being managed very well, if you invest in the athlete, because the federation is not being managed well, the investment in the athlete will not also go well. So if the federation is being managed so well, little investment in the athletes will turn out to be a massive improvement. So the two goes in hand. One cannot go without the other.
But what is the real picture that when you officials come, you say, oh, when government invest, when we talk about that, in terms of breaking it down for the ordinary Ghanaian, what really do we mean? Government supported. We got the news that government said, oh, they will support the athletes. The athletes had gone from the history you had. They went to Doha, Celestia. They've gone to Tokyo. Personally, I've had encounters with Ghanaian athletes on international stage. I'm proud to performing. The attitude alone is defeating enough for the country not to get medal. So you can invest all your resources into an athlete. If the athlete decides on the 11th hour that when I go for international event, I will not perform, I will misbehave or do something, you don't have control over it.
That is what I said. If the association referee is managed very well, that thing can never happen. How can an athlete go to an international competition at the global stage to misbehave? And there's no sanction.
I have evidence. They said, oh, we will not even train.
It's unheard of.
And at the 11th hour, what do you do as...
Why did you even go there?
You see, so...
In the first place, why did you even accept the federation invitation to go and represent Ghana? Which sometimes people don't appreciate the privilege given to an individual to represent the whole country. We're almost 30 million people. Then you have been selected or qualified. Even if you are qualified, it behoves on the federation to enter you. If the federation did not enter you, you can't still go and you can't still go and compete. Like if, let me use my athletes. If Azamati has qualified, Azamati qualified for the Tokyo Olympics. Everyone knows Azamati qualified. But the qualification is not automatic for an athlete to go and run there.
You mean if GA doesn't send his name?
That does not enter him, he can't go.
But Azamati has qualified?
Yes, he has qualified. Yes.
So you mean if the federation
doesn't
go and write or present the name? This guy, whilst the world knows that he has qualified?
Yes. Qualification is the minimum standard by which one can compete. But the key factor is that the federation must tell the international federation that we had one qualified athlete called Benjamin Kweku Azamati. Ghana is entering him to represent Ghana at that championship.
So Azamati's qualification does not necessarily...
No, it does not.
The world will not put Azamati in competitions if they know he can run 100 meters.
Whom is he going to represent?
He's a Ghanaian.
Whom is he going to represent?
Ghana.
Yes. So Ghana must enter him through the federation.
Oh, okay.
Because when you go to the World Championship, go to Olympic Games, go to Commonwealth Games, African Championship, African Games, it is not individual. It is by member state. The member states are the countries. Ghana is the member state of the World Athletics through Ghana Athletics. So if an athlete is going to compete at the World Athletics Championship, that is country by country. An individual cannot go. It is not an individual championship like the Diamond Leagues, that the European circuit or African circuit, which is done by individuals. You can enter yourself, your manager can enter you. But when they come to international global championships, you are representing a state, a member state. So that member state, irrespective of your qualification, the member state have to enter you. That's why we go to the games, Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, African Games, to the GOC. Because it is being organized and all by the Olympic Committee, International Olympic Committee. And their local representative in Ghana is the GOC, which is representing Ghana at the IOC. So if IOC is organizing a competition, you cannot go to the IOC without passing through their local representative. That's the GOC. So GOC represents Ghana at the IOC. So if IOC is organizing a program at the Olympic Games, even though you've qualified, if GOC do not enter you, you cannot still go and compete.
Great insight today. Now, in terms of breaking it down once again, when you talk about investment, for instance, when we talk about athletics, there are so many disciplines in athletics.
Yes.
For Ghana athletics, which one is your prime, and which one do you consider, okay, let's try it? I just want to know.
Ghana athletes are so endowed with enormous potentials. You cannot just say we're going to concentrate on Azamati because he broke the national record and did a personal best of 997, or concentrate of Deborah Aqua, who broke national long jump record several times, or you say we're going to concentrate on Joseph Paul Amua or John Ampuma, who broke the national javelin, who won the first medal in javelin for Ghana. See how I consciously gave you about 4 different areas where normally Ghana do not get medal from there. Even high jump. During to win a gold medal at the African Games in Morocco, whoever thought Ghana could have won a medal in high jump? So our talent in athletics is so enormous that if we are going to zero in 1 or 2 events, we may do the services to other. However, we have comparative advantages in certain few disciplines, like the 100 meters, like the long jump, like the 200 meters, like the 4x100 quartet. We have comparative advantage there, simply because we have, for the past years, over-relied on those particular events, and we have really concentrated our effort in that. If we had also concentrated our effort, I should say, in triple jump, in javelin, in high jump, or even in 400, or even 5,000.
What happens to short put, hammer throw, and the other ones?
Yes, short puts, we used to have one athlete called Kobna Ken, who came 2013, 2012. He broke the national record. He even won a medal from Ghana. We had another hammer thrower called Linda Benin. He was in represented Ghana in 2012 at African Championship in Benin. All of them were there, but when they finished school,
the interest faded off.
They have to go and work. So most of our top athletes finished school. It happened in Ghana here. Finished school because the federation or the state is not able to support them not to work but to train to become professional athletes. They end up by working, and the working takes all their times, and they don't have time to train. A year or 2, you see they're hanging their boots for their own survival. That is why I was saying that the investment in athletes, that is where the investment has to come in. The athletes have to give them some stipends to prevent them from working, so that they become full professional athletes. They will train the whole year round. Instead of them going to work for 6-7 hours, and they after work they have to go and train for 2 and 3 hours. They have to go and prepare for another work another time. That they don't get the needed support or the needed training time to be able to pick very well. If we as a federation or as a state can be able to decouple them from work, don't work anymore. We are giving you 4 years from 2000 or maybe for 2021 to 2024. The government of Ghana will give you maybe $2,500 a month. We'll give you another $5,000 to go for a competition. Give you $2,000 for your physio. Your coach will give your coach $5,000, maybe roughly $35,000 for you not to work, but train, pay your coaches, get something small to be able to travel to go and compete. Till I can tell you, if you're able to do this within the next 2-3 years, Ghana is going to pick a medal at the World Championship. Ghana is going to pick a medal at the Olympics. But because these athletes, sometimes when they talk to you, you see the pain in them. You see that they and their colleagues run in school. Sometimes they even beat them in school. But when they finish school and they are getting support from their state to continue training without working, and they will go and work, come and train, work, come and train. And when they get to the World Championship level or the Commonwealth level, you see that their colleagues that they used to beat or used to rival with in the school are far, far better than them. When we went to Australia, the guy who won the 200 meters was a schoolmate, running mate with Joseph Paul. He came and sat by me. So I said, you see this guy, I ran with him in school. He was not too better than me. But he ran the finals and he'd like to win. He told me he'd like to win the race. And the guy actually won. I could see the pain. I could feel the pain in him.
So when we're talking about this investment, has this particular discourse really gotten closer to officialdom to really think of having a paradigm shift? You know, the president keeps saying that we are going to stage one of the best African games ever. People are still not sure of what the president has seen, and always having that assurance that, okay, with 1 year more, or let's say 1.5 years more, when the D-Day comes, Ghana will put their best foot forward. People are still not too sure of what the president is saying. You people, as using the word advisory, you people, as let's say officials of athletics,
yes, sir.
Such discourse, have we really engaged the ministry, the technocrats there, to really understand why we should do this?
These two loaded questions. Let me answer the first one before I come to His Excellency comment. We have been planning or writing a dossier from now up to 2024. Prophet Ododo started it before he exited. Last week, we were still fine-tuning the document. By the end of this week, we should present it to the ministry, even to the Flag Star House for consideration. We are giving a detailed account of how Ghana is going to win a medal at the Olympic Games in Paris, right through the World Championship, to the Commonwealth Games, to African Games in Ghana here, to the Paris. The document is almost ready. I guess by Friday, we should be able to finish it. We'll submit it to the state. What the president said at the sword curtain, it encourages some of us, it emboldens us to do more, because the president had given us a challenge that he wants Ghana to host the best African Games ever. He has said it, and he's making, he's providing the LOC the needed support for them to be able to state that. But his statement has encouraged us, has even challenged us to do more than what we are doing. What I can only add is that as a federation, we are poised, we are ever ready. We've even gone ahead of preparing, getting our international people, for partners to, especially when we come to the construction of the tartan tracks or the tracks in Ghana here. Since last year, we started talking to World Athletics, and we got into Mundo. They've given the specifications of Legon and Kumasi, the drawings, the details, everything. I have it, we have it at the association level. We submitted it to the necessary authority for them to give the best tracks ever. If the All African Games in Ghana here is going to be the best, then we have to have at least the best facilities. And tracks, running surface is one of the key, if not the most essential of the games, because everything is centered on track and field. So since last year, we started engaging Mundo, getting World Athletics to get certification, to get a certified person who can come and supervise the work, get a certified contractor who can come and construct the tartan, the running surface, the drawings, everything. We've already spoken to World Athletics. We've already spoken to Mundo Company, and they are the official certified synthetic track running surface for World Athletics. They did the Kenya, they did the Celestia, they did Tokyo. Almost all the world-class competition now you see that organized by the World Athletics is done by Mundo. And Mundo is ready to come and support Ghana to construct our running surfaces. They've even gone ahead to say their federation and me going to be their local representatives. That's how far we've gone with Mundo, how far we've gone with World Athletics. So they are ready. We, on our part, have done all these things just to support what the president said, that we have to have the best All-African Games ever.
Great news there, another insightful one. Now, just for Ghanaians to really understand, do we have professional athletes in Ghana?
Adversely, our athletes have not gone professional yet. Because professionals are those who, in the US, now that they've started changing their system. If you were a student, you are not allowed to become a professional.
Okay.
Yes, but now the US Supreme Court have changed that rule. Perhaps next year you see student athletes running professional races like the Diamond Leagues, like the European Circuit Golden Leagues, and those things. That is primarily why our athletes are not being seen running at the Diamond Leagues, because most of them who are in top shape are still students, and you are not allowed to go and compete professionally and take money because you are still under scholarship. The local athletes here, they use advisory, some words, I have a manager, I have a what. Loosely, that is how it is. But if you go further to international stage, none of them has a manager, because the word manager goes beyond a coach or somebody giving you small stipends. It goes beyond that. So professional speaking, we don't have a professional athlete, not because we don't have elite athletes to become professional, but our elite athletes are still in school in the U.S. And the U.S. system last year and years back were not allowed to become professional. Now, as a matter of time, Joseph Paul Amour's time, Emmanuel Yeboah's time, Deborah Aqua distance are all qualified them for them to become professional athletes, which they can't compete at the Golden or Diamond Leagues at any time, at any point in time. But because they are still students, they were not allowed to go professionally. So yes, in terms of performance and times and distance, we have. But in terms of professionalism, where they will go and run and take money, we don't.
So when you call them that they should come and then represent Ghana, how do you do it? You pay for them to come, or you tell them to pay and then you refund once you know they are students? How do you do it? The system that you run.
Whenever we call them to come, either to come to Ghana or we meet them at the competition venue, we always send them tickets. I've never seen a time that a Ghanaian athlete is asked to buy his own ticket and go to a competition. It's never happened since I have been involved in athletics since 2010. I've never seen that. I've never done that.
But we don't have professional athletes.
Yes.
Assistants.
Yes.
So they are all students.
No, professional, not in terms of performance.
Okay. So pro athletes. We have pro athletes.
Yes, we have pro athletes. In terms of performance,
but they are in school.
They are in school. That's why they cannot.
So all our current top athletes,
yes,
are in school.
Are in school, and some of them will compete this year, and some will compete early next year. That is where the crux of matter is, because when they complete school, they will not have the benefit of school competitions. That is where we need to support them to continue training. Like Janet Amponsan has finished school, had done with school about 3-4 years ago. John Ampon also, likely he's doing his graduate studies now. A lot of them.
So what happens?
Emmanuel Dasso. There are a lot of them who are just finished school and they couldn't continue because they have to work. That is why we are saying that we need to invest in these athletes. When they are done in school, at least we support them for 3-4 years for them to be able to stand on their own. For instance, when Blessing Okagbado of Nigeria completed her school in 2006-2007, the Nigerian government gave her, the federal government of Nigeria gave her a lump sum of $120,000 to start her professional athletics. And look at what she has been done for over the 12 years.
How time runs fast. Interesting discussions. Recently, we saw Ghana Letters and Django entering into a partnership agreement. How crucial is this one?
It's very crucial and it's very, very timely. Crucial in the sense that they are not coming to do or to sponsor just an event. They will be with us for the next 3 years, and if possible, another 3. That is 6 years. So it's crucial because we are guaranteed at least we have one national championship, which we have never had for the past 6 years. And not only that, they are going to give administrative support. That is the true way I was indicating earlier, that if you're going to invest in athletics, you need to invest in the athlete, you need to invest in the federation itself. This is exactly what we were able to negotiate with Django and what Django has come through with. They will support us to do a competition that is invested in the athletes. They also support us with some financial muscle to be able to administer the federation very well. So they are giving us administrative grants, and they are going to sponsor one big competition in a year for the next 3 years. So it's very crucial and very timely. So now next year, we are sure that we'll do national championship, not circuit, not open. These 3 different products have different dimension and different cost element and different dynamics. But national championship is going to be 3 to 4 days, and we'll do all events in 2 days. So we're not going to pack the events in 1 day or half day. For athletes, some of them are very good at 100 meters. They are equally good in 200 meters. So you will space the program so that the athlete will be able to run the 100 meters the next day, or next 1.5 day, he will come back and do 200. But in the circuit and open, you can't get an athlete run the 2 events because it's just a 1 day program, sometimes half day. So either you run the 100 meters or run the 200 meters. But in the national championship, if you have the first day 100 meters, second day in the evening you have the 200 meters. So athletes will be able to run the 100 meters, get a bit of rest, and come back the next day to run the 200. Sometimes you can use the 100 meters as a warm-up to run the 200. Or somebody can run 5,000 today in the morning, the next day in the evening he'll go and run 10,000. Somebody can run 800, the next in the evening he'll go and run 1,500. And there's joy in the national championship. You see the athletes in one place for 2 days. They will have interaction with the other coaches, with the other athletes from other regions. I mean, when I was running for national championship, whenever we arrive in Kumasi or in Accra for a games, you are looking for a particular athlete. Oh, has this come? Oh, today who is in top shape in Kumasi? Who is in top shape in Accra? But because of lack of funding, and we're able to reduce the 3-4 days to a 1 day competition, athlete doesn't have that to interact.
How time runs fast. So I asked. I remember I once anchored the RLG athletics where we saw foreign-based athletes coming to the country to come in. Are we going to see something similar?
Yes.
With this jungle signing in the future? Are we going to see before the African Games? Are we going to see us parade all the known and even get our brothers and sisters from other countries to really come and test? Are we going to see something like that to really inspire, bring that thing back?
The jungle one will be similar things like that, but it will not be full because they are ready to bring our best athletes from United States of America to come and compete, but not the other foreign athletes. Because the foreign athletes would have wished we continue with the RLG. By the time Ghana Athletics would have been somewhere. Because at that time, too, the RLG was rated as silver level by the World Athletics at that time. It was second to Morocco. Now Morocco is now the Diamond League now. It's the only African country that is still staging diamond competitions. So we were second to Morocco. If we had continued, we were able to continue from that, Ghana would also have a Diamond League in Ghana here. Because it was labeled, I went to Daegu World Championship Congress when Ghana was there. Ghana was used as a state case for African countries to emulate what we did. For the first time in that competition, a Nigerian qualified for Nigerian 200 meters athletes qualified for Olympic Games in London 2012, and for the first time in the history of Ghana athletics, Ghana 4x100 relay team qualified for World Championship in Daegu. These 2 events, 2 qualifications, was something the World Athletics appreciated. Yes, and Prof. Dodo was applauded when he appeared at the Congress in Daegu. They were asked to continue, they will give her the golden label. But the sponsorship got dried up and were not able to continue. But Jungle One, they are ready to bring Azamate, Joseph Paul Amoa, and those guys to come and do the national championship, which is also going to be very great too.
Okay. We wish we had more time to delve into it, because this is serious discourse that touches the heart of the nation, because indeed we cannot in this 21st century, looking at the fact that the African Games is a baby that the president wanted to be delivered in a certain way, in an exceptional way, that athletics will fail to glitter. And so if there need be, we'll get another time to delve into it more and then see how we Ghanaians must appreciate the effort of our athletes, because if they are in school and because of scholarship they can run in schools and the end there is nothing for them, they go back to look for food. And so they will forget us and leave us. So every day we'll be doing the amateur things.
They say the same thing, and that will not help us.
Well, viewers, thank you very much for doing the watching. That has been the page. I've been interacting with the Chief Executive of Ghana Athletics Association, Mr. Bawa Fuseini, on investing in athletics in Ghana here. Indeed, we've been blessed. Ghana is like just the diamond that needs a little bit of polishing. We have the athletes, the men and women who can really do it. But the kudi to make it work is the issue. And so if corporate Ghana, for instance, the telcos, the banks, can really up their game, I'm hoping that one day, just like the way the president did a breakfast meeting for football development, I'm praying that they will do another breakfast meeting, maybe a dinner for other sports, including athletics, for corporate Ghana to raise funds to develop athletics in this country. And lo and behold, Ghana will be the shining star again. That's how the page does it. Many thanks for doing the watching. The page returns same time tomorrow. Bye for now.